One of my favorite workflows for creating tiny products is using question and answer content, a friend or family member, a really inexpensive app. It's actually called Tape a Call. They have a free trial, I believe still. I think I paid $14.99 for the year, which is really an amazing deal. You have to actually be a little strategic. The pricing on the app, if you choose to go this route, is much more expensive on the App Store. But I think once you sign up for a trial and you don't commit, they send you this one-time yearly offer, which is like $1 and change a month, $14.99 for the year, rather than I think $10 a month is the normal price. I'm going to walk you through how I use this app. You can actually hear some of the content that I've recorded over the course of the last few years on our partners.mindfulmarketplace.com course community using this exact method. But essentially, this is really ideal for starting in a new niche or creating content that actually positions you as an expert or an authority, or at least demonstrates your experience and expertise by dint of being able to answer the questions. I've certainly covered this in the past, but I'm going to cover it again here with this PDF that you have access to below with the exact steps I'm going to cover quickly now in this audio. So step number one always is answer the public. You go to answer the public to the splash page. They give you a free search every day. You can also pay for Answer the Public, which gives you a whole bunch of extra insight and gives you, I think, unlimited searches rather than just the one per day. But either way, it's a great approach to getting real questions and answers, or actually real questions that you're going to answer that real people are asking in a niche, a vertical, an industry, a market. Essentially, people are sharing their challenges. They're sharing what it is that they want to know. So let's say it's mindfulness is the topic. I've done a bunch of these on various mindfulness-oriented content types, but what is mindfulness? Is mindfulness easy? Is mindfulness dangerous? Is mindfulness religious? How do I start mindfulness practice? Is mindfulness, you get all these various flavors of this sort of question, and Answer the Public gives you the exact verbatim questions that people are plugging into the search engines. And all you have to do is curate the ones that you feel most ready to answer immediately, and you're off to the races. So just as a quick aside, a few years ago, I was working with a family member who's a mental health professional, a psychiatrist. I have a bunch of psychiatrists in my family, which is kind of a different, irony for a different recording. But nonetheless, one of the things that we went through was her specialty was a dialectical behavioral therapy. And we essentially she had no idea how to teach a course or to create a first little bit of content, but really wanted to begin working in an online way, creating these little products or courses in her case. And essentially all we did was get on the phone together using Tape a Call and a series of questions from Answer the Public. And it was so incredibly easy. She had such an epiphany how easy this could be, because essentially it was taking real questions that people were asking about dialectical behavioral therapy. What is DBT? Is DBT the same as mindfulness? Can I learn DBT on my own? Is DBT good for depression, for anxiety? And essentially you had all of these ready-made content questions that she could easily answer, that she does every day anyway in her professional practice. So it was really quite a eureka moment. She's gone on now to create, I think, 12 or 15 of these little tiny products, which she gives away on her website as a way to, introduce her practice to new patients. Okay, so here's this series of steps. Step number one, go to Answer the Public. If you use our affiliate link, I actually give you some extra little swag if you're interested in doing that, but you don't have to. But in the PDF, that's the link that you see there is our affiliate link for our Mindful Marketplace community. Step number 2, recruit a friend, family member, or even a client to interview you. I mean, you can do this with clients if you so choose. I generally recruit a friend or a professional acquaintance or someone I'm working with. My girlfriend sometimes does this for me. My sister has done this, who's also a psychiatrist with me. So you just find somebody that will help you ask the questions that you're going to answer. Step number 3, as we've covered, use the Tape-A-Call app. There are a lot of apps. I'm using a different app here as I'm recording this, but I'm also not being interviewed. So Tape-A-Call is my go-to app for conversations that are being recorded in this way. There are certainly many others. You can pick one that's appropriate for you if you use one. And if not, check out Tape-A-Call. They do transcription, which is really a real benefit to paying for a service like that. I know some other tools do that as well. So pick the one that works best for you. But again, if you do use Tape-A-Call, don't use the $9.99 dollar option at the end per month. You can get the entire year for $14.99 or so. And if you don't see this one-time offer, just go to their live chat on their site, and you can actually ask them for it there, and they'll send you a link. I've done that before. I've paid for Tape-A-Call many times over the years, for a year at a time. And there's been times that I've just overpaid, like I've paid, whatever for the year, and then I find a better deal, and then I go to their chat on their website and say, hey, I want this better deal, and they're generally pretty accommodating. All right, step number 4, answer the questions in this phone interview Q&A format. Step number 5, use the automatic transcription. So actually, Tape-A-Call gives you this audio that you're going to get, obviously, of the call you did with your client or friend or family member. But they'll also give you a transcription, meaning you have this entire text-based Q&A in addition to the audio, which is really a great way of adding volume to your tiny product. Step number 6, clean up the transcription. This is unfortunately something we all have to do. There's always a little bit of kind of messiness with a transcribed text, but it's not going to be 100% clean and clear and accurate. In other words, the transcription always, depending on how clearly you speak, I tend to speak quickly, and that tends to lead to more errors. But, cleaning up the transcription takes mere minutes for me, like depending on how long the recording is. But generally in a half hour, an hour max, I can get a really clean transcribed version of the audio to pair with the audio that we, upload with step 7, which is decide on the content delivery mechanism you're going to use. Something like a private members only area within your Ghost community. Let's say you're using the Ghost CMS. You can use a private podcast approach. I'm doing that as well. We use Hello FM or HelloAudio.fm for that. You can use Gumroad. You can use Podia. Podia is actually the platform that many of you who are in the Tiny Revolution community are getting this on now. So this is a perfect platform, obviously, because we're using it to do this for many years now. Circle is a great cohort-based community software as a service platform. I'm recording this on the 6th of April, 2022, and they've actually just released today some news about lots of upgrades to their platform, which are coming over the next couple of months, over the spring. So I'd recommend you check them out as well. You can use this as a lead generation device, like a freebie. This psychiatrist that I mentioned earlier, who's a cousin of mine, does this as simply a way of giving lots of free content out on her website. You can use Buy Me a Coffee, which is another great little free digital e-commerce platform for tiny creators. Really, just you can use WordPress, obviously, WooCommerce. You can see our mindfulmarketplace.com platform uses WordPress, or actually the main URL, which I don't really use that much. I basically use the partners.mindfulmarketplace.com for our course community, our products, and enlightenup.mindfulmarketplace.com, which is on Ghost, I use as a more of the blog sort of setup rather than the WordPress site. I just prefer Ghost and I prefer Podia over using WordPress at this point. And then step 8, you want to just rinse and repeat this process as often as you can. If you have the time, you can literally create a tiny product like this every single day, and with Q&A content that you're just essentially recording audio, just like the audio I'm recording right now, only with somebody else, right? So I'm doing this by myself, clearly, but if I had someone else on the phone who was asking me the questions using this exact step-by-step system, you have a really easy way of replicating, rinsing, repeating a process that over the course of 30 days, you literally can create a tiny empire of products in the next month. No gurus, gimmicks, bullshit, or, fake fugazi promises included. Like, you can literally do this every day if you have expertise, you have opinions, and you have education to offer those in your niche market, vertical industry, or locality area of expertise, etc. If you're interested in this process and want to actually work with our tiny studio, I'm happy to either get on the phone with you myself and walk you through this process of creating your first product, or I have several people in our little orbit here that will help you do that as well. We'll get on the phone with you and record Q&A just like this, and we'll walk you through the process of getting your first tiny product or tiny empire products. You can literally work with us to do 30 of these if you so desire over the course of the next month and really change your brand and business in a hurry. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much, as always, for listening. And if you have questions about this process and you're in our community, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer questions on the community as they come in. Thank you so much again for listening, and have a wonderful day.